We put the Bible as hard or soft copy. Now we're mirroring on its format.
Soft copy Bibles, I think they have a wider view to the Bible in a sense.
Soft copy or hard copy, the content remains the same.
The hard copy Bible is more bulky in a sense of carriage.
Which one is more preferable to attend a service with, hard or soft?
The elderly person in the Bible will stick to his hard copy.
I think it's based on the purpose for coming. So it's not really like a no, but it's just based on the purpose of which you are using.
You find God in His words. The words in the soft copy are the same, except it has been tampered with, of course, by way of digitalization or whatever.
For a corporate service, worship experience, I will go with the fact that the hard copy Bible is active. You feel very close to it. That's the physical touch.
Connection comes from the heart.
The soft copy have a way of helping you to identify the books of the Bible more easily compared to the hard one.
But there was a time there was insecurity issues in Zambia, and I was like, I'm not sure that I'm doing it. I need hard copy Bible. So that in case anything happens, I'll just show the police that you see I'm coming from church.
You need to answer it. Okay, please just be brief.
God never changes, and we have agreed that it is a matter of format and not content.
You can get 4 versions with less cost than getting 4 versions of hard copies. Yes, 4 Bible, it's not possible. But what I want to say generally is that it should be used side by side.
I can hold my Bible as an identity. So it's like a form of identity for me. I am a Christian and I am proud of what I believe in, and I go around with it.
Carrying the Bible doesn't make you a Christian.
Sure.
Mere carrying the Bible around, people see you with the Bible. That is not what makes you a Christian. It is your salvation that makes you a Christian.
Our devotion actually is not tied to the version or the format of the Bible that we carry.
You shouldn't be ashamed of the Bible. If you want to carry your Bible, carry your Bible. If it's a soft copy you prefer, carry the soft copy.
Faith Unfiltered.
Good evening, viewers. Welcome to another edition of Faith Unfiltered today. And we're going to be talking about another exciting topic from where we stopped last week. And with me is
Gia Rejoice,
Samuel Alanana Gandhi,
and Shafa P. Salaje.
Yeah, and I remain Otman Ismaila. I'm going to be your host today. Last time, we talked about modest dressing, a matter of the heart. And today, we're going to continue from where we stopped last week. As one of my colleagues said, that we're going to be shifting tables, repositioning, and arranging. But we hope that at the end of today's episode, we are going to do justice to the matter of modest dressing amongst the young people. So we are going to begin with Mr. Sam, and I want to ask him a question. That the matter of dressing modestly, is it only for ladies, or it goes across both male and the female gender?
It comes across the both genders, because it's not only female that dress either proper or improper. So it's both gender.
All right, I don't know, do we agree with him that it's both genders? Because I think it is mostly stressed on the female gender, maybe for one societal reason or the other.
Well, I would say it's for all, but as you said, it's mostly stressed on the female gender simply because, one, the women have the ability to attract. We attract attention, we attract people, we attract things. In fact, anything can be attracted by a woman, even a child. So we are very attractive. So I think that's why they focus on women. But as a matter of clothing, it's both male and female. Men wear clothes, women wear clothes too. So there's need for modesty in dressing.
Okay, thank you. Peace, Rejoice, do you have anything to add to that?
Yes, I can agree with what everybody has said, that Modesty goes both ways, both female and male aspects, because it's both gender wears clothes, and we can't just be exposing our body out there. And why it is being stressed on females, our dignity, and we have a lot to cover as well. So that's what.
Okay, thank you. She said that the female have a lot to cover. I think we the men we are scanty, so we
No,
don't
you're
have a
not
lot to
scanty.
cover
You're
or
not
something like that.
scanty. You're not scanty. Everybody's attractive, but yes, you can't say you're scanty. There are some things that about a man's body that can be attractive to a particular person, and you don't know who is attracted to you. So it's best you not prevent attraction in a sense, but reduce the negative side effect of that attraction. So it's going to be that, okay, I'm attracted to you, but for the good reasons, not because, okay, you're making me think something evil, or maybe thinking that, okay, there's a bad vibe around you. So whatever dressing you're doing, it should be that there's something good about it, not just, okay, because you are having scanty things on your body. Even those that don't have hands sometimes even wear clothes that cover the whole limb. So still, whatever it is that you have, it can be attractive. So you better make it modest for everybody.
All right, thank you for all your contributions. Yes, there is a word, I don't know whether it's biblical, that goes by you address the way you dress. So I want you people to actually tell me what you think about this word. I've not seen it in the Bible yet, but I don't know whether it's written in the Bible. Maybe I've not read the Bible enough to that extent, but I want people to do justice. What do you think about that statement or phrase?
Me, I don't know, maybe it's biblical too, but on a real norms, the way the society is how you dress. That's how people address it. You understand? Because they see you. Sometimes the dress speaks about you. Sometimes when you see person, the way the person dress, if you look the person, you say, "Kai." In fact, you may not know the person, but you can conclude that this is so person. So that is the how people dress. That's how people address. So in a normal norms, in a society, want to.
Okay, just want to say something?
Yes, I can say that your physical appearance portrays who you are. So there is that time is actually agreed on. The way you dress, that's the way you be addressed. Your physical, the way somebody sees you, that's the way the person is going to carry you, whether being serious or unserious person. So the way you dress, that's the way they will address you.
Okay.
Okay, I just remember the biblical story about Judah. One time he had a son who had died and was already married. The son was married then, and then according to the Jewish custom, the wife is supposed to get somebody else, or is supposed to be appointed somebody else that is going to be her husband to bear children for the dead husband. So because the father-in-law, which is Judah, did not do the needful, he did not get somebody, and I think he did, but the people kept dying. And then she decided that, okay, since he has stopped bringing people, she's going to look for a way to bring about an heir for her family. So she left the house, went to a different place where she knew he was going to, and then she dressed like a prostitute. And then he saw her and slept with her, and because she was a prostitute according to what he saw. And then she asked, okay, since you don't have money on you, what are you going to leave for me? So he left his staff. So after he left his staff, after a few months, she got pregnant. And then he came back to collect his staff or to pay her back. And then he discovered that she was not in that place again. Then came out and found out that, okay, she has gone back home and she was pregnant. So he was saying, why would she be pregnant? How did she get pregnant when she didn't have a husband? So she narrated the whole story. And God said that she actually did very, very, as in she did justice. But the point, according to our topic, is that because of the way she was dressed, he saw her as a prostitute, not as a widow one, and not as someone from his own family. So the way you are dressed can actually be the way you be addressed, using that biblical story. Thank you.
All right, thank you for your contributions. Actually, this was supposed to be a leading question, and I think we are getting there, because now the next question is going to be, if the way you dress, you are going to be addressed. That's the way people see you, right? You know, from last week we were talking about when you see someone. I think, yeah, we talked about leg chain, right?
Leg
Yes,
chain.
and we said that when you see someone with a leg chain and you have the thought crosses your mind that this person is a harlot or a prostitute. And then we had some little school of thoughts that we talked about his judgment and so on and so forth. So now from our responses today now, how can you marry the two scenario of last week topic and today? That means if you see someone dresses like a prostitute and you conclude in your mind that this person is a prostitute, how is it not going to be a judgment, you passing judgment to her, and then with the word that says the way you dress, that's the way you are addressed. For instance, if you see me wear jersey, football kit, you know that this person plays football, right? I don't think you are judging me, but you are just concluding what happened. So what do you have to say about that? How can you marry the two?
Okay. Although last week we spoke about issue of chain, which we were like talking. Kena was saying it's like a judgment. Peace was saying it was like a judgment.
Yes, I agree.
You know,
with you.
in the other way around, you know, in fact, if you look from Romans 12:2, where they said, do not be transformed do not be conformed to the pattern of the world. You understand? So, like the way we were saying last week, it was more of, since these people have been doing it and we adopt it, it's a fashion. This is not issue of fashion. It's like you follow the pattern of the world. You understand? You follow the pattern, because there was a time the Reverend was making a reference. So I quote and I listen. He said, bad thing nowadays in the society where we are now, any bad thing people do, they will give it a sweet name and make it look as if the thing is good and is genuine, just to cover up. So that is the same pattern we are having and we are following now. So we should not be conformed to the pattern of the world. So all this leg chain and some other things, we should not just adopt it and bring it, giving it a surname that is a fashion. So I think that's my own thought.
Okay, Rejoice. I saw you are smiling. I think you have something else to say. All right.
Yeah, I'm going to bring a scenario to that. Like, I went to a bank, actually, and the way I was dressed, and then there was other people in the bank or in the queue, actually. So they now saw me like maybe one kind of big woman that has one kind of big money, that kind of stuff. And then they were like, welcome ma, welcome ma. I was like, no, I just came to do it. So it's not about judgment, actually, but it just has to be that, okay, this person is a responsive person. Even if you are not that kind of big, the way you dress will actually elevate you from where you are to another place. You never can tell. So it is necessary that your dressing actually portrays what you are actually. So
Thank you. Peace.
Okay, I think I do, and I actually want to be in the middle in this sense.
Wow,
I don't want to.
Ground, please.
I have to be in the middle in this sense, because dressing is for a purpose. People act, and there's a reason why they wear certain clothes to portray certain things. And like the story I gave about Judah and his in-law, she had a reason why she wore that clothes, and actually God judged her like faithful for doing that thing, because her father-in-law was cheating her, because this is what the law said and this was what she needed to do. In fact, she just had to do it because that was necessary. So sometimes I don't want to us to accept the judgmental state, because not everybody you see is actually doing what you think he or she is doing. I may dress like a PK, pastor's kid, but I may be the worst prostitute in the street. You may not know. I may dress like a whore outside, but I may even be the person that wants to run to God for mercy. So we should not just say, okay, because of the way she's dressed. Yes, Bible says judge not, but even in our judgment, we are allowed to judge as Christians, but we don't judge to condemn. We don't judge to say, okay, this is the end of it, as in there's no, at least look forward. There's always, even in diamonds, there's always, even around the dirt around it, there's still beauty in ashes. So we should not just say, okay, because this person is dressing weird, we should just stay away. And also we have to be careful even when approaching them. Yes, it's not everybody that looks good that is or looks bad that is actually good, or looks good that is actually bad. So discernment. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. The way Sam is looking at you, I think he has some wings of disagreement. But yes, but actually, you remember from last week we said that our outward appearance in terms of dressing, it comes from our heart. You remember we stressed that fact from where we read in Peter, yes, and First Timothy too. Yes, so it's an issue of the heart, in the sense that the way your heart is will come forth in the way you dress. And I will now stress the fact that we say that you will be addressed the way. Now we are not talking about that is judgment, but this is the impression you are giving. You are giving the people that will look at you. I don't know whether you get the point. That's what me I think is it is. I don't think it's judgment, and I think that maybe after we've established that this person is dressed like this, maybe we'll not say we'll discuss the person because he looks like a prostitute or he looks like this person. I don't know whether we're on the same page. So the issue of this dressing has to come from the heart. You know, if for instance a tree, if you are killing all the bad fruit and you're leaving the main stem, it will keep producing bad fruits. So it has to our dressing has to be from our heart, and then it's not about us. If you remember, that's what we stressed last week. So okay, you want to add something?
Okay, I think this issue of this dressing, that you were saying sometimes somebody may dress good and look dress bad, and the person is good in mind. No, sometimes now, in fact, in this society we have now, you understand, or maybe let's assume maybe the person that you've grown up and you've given birth. You understand? You know, sometimes the way you dress, you attract your children to dress like that. You know, so that's how you have to be very careful. We have to be very careful in modesty, because sometimes you see most of those things you do, people will just see it and you see it. You may be saying that, okay, let me just dress. This is my mind is clear. Let me just dress. Sometimes it attracts people, even from the First Timothy. He lay emphasis on it. He said he did not condemn dressing. You understand? He said you should dress moderate. That's what the thing was trying to say. And he said the dress should not just draw attention to yourself. So don't dress something that will make people to be distracted. Actually, so that's my own point of view.
Okay. Sorry, just hold on there. We're going to take a short break, and when we return, we are going to continue from Peace. I think she has something to say. Just stay tuned. We'll be right back.
We put the Bible as hard or soft copy. Now we're mirroring on its format.
Soft copy Bibles, I think they have a wider view to the Bible in a sense.
Soft copy or hard copy, the content remains the same.
The hard copy Bible is more bulky in a sense of carriage.
Which one is more preferable to attend a service with, hard or soft?
The elderly person in the Bible will stick to his hard copy.
I think it's based on the purpose for family. So it's not really like a no, but it's just based on the purpose of which you are using it.
You find God in His words. The words in the soft copy are the same, except it has been tampered with, of course, by way of digitalization or whatever.
For a corporate service, the worship experience, I will go with the fact that the hard copy Bible is active. You feel very close to it. That's the physical touch.
Connection comes from the heart.
The soft copy have a way of helping you to identify the books of the Bible more easily compared to the hard one.
But there was a time there was insecurity issues in Lafayette, and I was like, if I'm going to church, I'm going late, I need hard copy Bible. So that in case anything happens, I'll just show the police that you see I'm coming from church.
You need to answer it. Okay, please just be brief.
God never changes, and we have agreed that it is a matter of format and not content.
You can get 4 versions with less cost than getting 4 versions of hard copies. Yes, 4 Bible, and it's not possible. But what I want to say generally is that it should be used side by side.
I can hold my Bible as an identity. So it's like a form of identity for me. I am a Christian and I am proud of what I believe in, and I go around with it.
carrying the Bible doesn't make you a Christian.
Sure.
Mere carrying the Bible around, people see you with the Bible. That is not what makes you a Christian. It's your salvation that makes you a Christian.
Our devotion actually is not tied to the version or the format the Bible that we carry.
You shouldn't be ashamed of the Bible. If you want to carry your Bible, carry your Bible. If it's a soft copy you prefer, carry the soft copy.
Faith Unfiltered.
Yeah, welcome back from the break. I think it's getting hot in here. The lots of tables that we're shaking already. I think I'm sweating already. So we are going to go to the next question. And I've been thinking about this question in my mind. And I've been wondering whether it's possible. Maybe my own thoughts are short, but I think our guests today, they are going to help us to do justice to this question in my mind. Now, do you think it's possible for a Christian lady, it's not ladies I'm only talking about, or a Christian male or a Christian guy to dress indecently? Is it possible that I am a Christian and I'm a young person and I will dress indecently?
As a male, bro?
Both male
Both
or female. But I think you should focus on the male side more.
Yes, it is. Like me, personally, there's something that my father and my senior brother ate so much, and in fact, most of my peer group, they do it up till now. You know this, you draw your trouser below the waist. They call
Ass
it,
down.
they call it low waist, but in our side we call it saggy. You understand? So my father ate it so much, even my uncle, like me, because if you trace the origin of that, it's like all these prisoners. Okay. It's the prisoners from the US. No, they don't have beds. When they drag them, you see the trousers are pulling down. So when they finish from there, when they come to the street, they make it like a normal stuff. They now make it and people now accept it. So that is some of those issues. So in male and female, there's indecent dressing.
So that's mean a Christian. I can be a Christian and dress indecently.
But you cannot. No, the problem is that it's not that if you be a Christian, I was just saying most people dress. But as a Christian, you are not supposed to. You are not supposed to dress indecently, because on the reasons. Because sometimes this dressing you dress, it may confuse people. You understand? When you pass, maybe somebody is praying, or maybe he was just opening his eyes. You just pass. You see the person. You may be carried away. Your attention and your mind will be far away. So
you are saying that I can be a Christian and I will dress indecently.
You must not dress indecently.
Okay.
You understand?
All right.
You must not dress indecently.
Okay. Peace.
You have to dress decent.
I think she will say something.
Okay.
Yeah. Can I be a Christian and dress indecently?
Well, there's an expectation for Christians, and we're supposed to be dressed decently, because one, we have the Spirit of God, and we also have people that are fellow heirs of Christ who can tell you when you're wrong or where you're right. Yes. So we're expected to dress decently, but there are times where you can go off. To err is human. I believe that a lot. And that is where you have fellow brothers and sisters that will look at you and say, okay, this is not so decent. Just go and change or do something. And then you go ahead and make those changes. So yes, there's a possibility. There is a possibility for a Christian to fail. There is a possibility for a Christian to fail in dressing, but even as you fail 7 times, you can still rise again. So yes, you should dress decently, but even when you don't, listen to instructions and make corrections when necessary.
Yeah, I think
let me add something. Okay. If we are going to look at the time Christianity, I don't think there is anybody that have that, like that what will I use? Have that mindset or have that audacity to say, okay, I can dress anyhow I like. Christianity on its own and modesty, number one, it has to do with honoring God. So I don't think once you are out of that context of say you're dressing anyhow, that means your Christianity aspect is no more there. So I don't think there is any other aspect of you judging the fact that you say you're a Christian and then you want to dress indecently. I don't think so. So once you're a Christian, your focus has to be honoring God. So portraying the Christ-like in you. So you dishonoring God himself, that means your Christianity at that aspect is no more there again. So
Wow. This is serious. So, in other words, people are saying that if I'm a Christian, as it pertains dressing, I have to be deliberate and conscious. So I can't just. Now, I think if I remember from last week, the anchor person was talking about when you want to dress. I think she itemized some things you should put into consideration. I think it's to keep you in check, so that you don't go overboard or you don't go underboard, because it is possible that you might like a certain amount of color of dress and you still want to wear it and things like that, and you might just say, okay, no, let me just wear it. It's just once now. But maybe that once you wear that dress and someone might see, and his mind has gone astray in terms of thinking and stuff like that. So I'm going to ask the next question. I don't know, I think all our questions today are leading questions. So now we are aware of some dressing and some, what I call them, disparity. Like, as I was last talk about legs chain, color of attachment. I don't know, it seems like it's ladies things that is just coming out. Okay, for guys, sagging, ripped jeans, and
Crazy jeans.
yes, crazy jeans, ripped jeans, pencil trousers, colored red. You say guy wearing a red trouser and yellow or green and stuff like that. These are some disparity, or chains and some inscription on their shirts that they don't take notice of and stuff like that. Now, we as Christian youth in our society today, how can we correct or challenge this person to dress or to take note of his dressing without making it look like you are judging the person? How can we go about that? I think this is a practical question. So I think, peace, can we start? Ladies
Okay.
first.
Well, I'd say you should first of all get to know the person. No, first of all, get to know God first. God will reveal how to relate to the person. So know God for yourself first, and then He will know whether to tell you to go in charging at the person or to talk calmly to the person. So know God first, because it's He that knows the intents and the way as a man's ways. So know God first, and He's going to reveal how. And also, don't take God's work on your head. How will I put it now? Don't carry the thing on your head. Don't, because sometimes you may be like Paul, who would want to go and kill other people just because they are not fitting into what you think is the right thing. Allow the Spirit of God to lead you. You don't just say, okay, because I don't like it, because it doesn't fit to the way and manner I want things to go. You are not the owner of the church. You're not the owner of the person's life. So allow the owner to tell you how to relate to the next person. Thank you.
Okay. Yes, Sam.
Okay, I think since you say it's practical,
Yes.
it should be practical. You know, sometimes when you see person that dress, you know, you have to use diplomat. You have to be diplomatic in approaching people, because sometimes if you approach people, the way the people will talk to you, it gets you angry. So sometimes if the people, they are either 2 or 3 working together, if you know one of them, or you can call one of them and talk to them, this dressing that this person dress is not a good dress. Please, can't you talk to this your friend? Maybe next time you should just put on something. You understand? If the friend or the person working with the person talk to him or her, you say that the way the person will do will not bring issue, because the same thing happened to me. You understand? There was a time I wore this tie trouser, very tight. So I was working like my cousin brother. You understand? So the person saw me. You understand? So the person ran. So he called my cousin brother. He said, so he now asked him, how are you, this and that. So he now said, please, don't be angry with me. There's something your brother wore. I don't like it. But if I talk to him, it may get him angry. Why can't you maybe few people are going, just tell him so that maybe next time you will not put on that. So and I learn a lot from that. And secondly, like our staff officer, in fact, if she approach you, if you are coming, especially the coppers, they dress anyhow. So she will ask them, come. If you come closer to her, she will ask you, what's your name? You tell him, are you a Christian? He said, and you dressed like this. A Christian is not supposed to dress like this. And you are coming to the place, a public place that people will see. If you let other people and see, they start criticizing Christians, that see how Christians judge, see how Christians walk, see how Christians dress. So at least you not give a good image to Christian. So you just have to. So in practical ways, in 2 practical ways, I've learned a lot in approaching people.
Thank you. Rejoice.
Yeah, I want to add that in practical times, especially when you, as a female, practically, when you see a female dressed anyhow and you want to go and correct that person, the first thing you have to do is don't go as being judging already. Because once you see that person, you've already concluded that, this person is a bad person totally. So within you, don't go with that kind mindset of saying, this person is bad. You have to go with love, humbly, and then talk to the person with lovely. Because it happens to me one time. Then I wear a dress whereby in the process of coming to the church, the back slit open, which I was not aware of. And then somebody just said, sister, sorry, your slit at the back has opened. Just like that. And then when next I'm dressing, I will check all the whole all the whole sewing around and know
to be careful.
to be very careful. Exactly. So when you see that kind of situation, you don't judge conclusively because you don't know what happened for the person to be in that position. So you have to go nicely and then smile yourself, like, please, this dressing doesn't look nice and all that. So, but once you already judge yourself, with the way you even go your true self, you'll be like, why you dress like this? Don't you know where you are? That kind of stuff. I know immediately you've already installed one kind mindset in that person already. By next time, you won't be in that. In fact, he will tell you, I will not even come to this church again because they judge me based on what I wear. So you understand. So when you are going to you want to under that kind of situation, you don't go judging the person already. Just go calmly and then talk to the person nicely.
Thank you. I've been thinking, in this society, especially in a church where there are various age range, age group, generational difference. There was a time I saw a woman, she saw a lady, she wore a trouser. I don't know whether the woman had problem with the trouser, but it just happened that I was around there. Just stopped the lady. Oh my God. You need to see, and from the way the lady was talking, I know that she's proud that she did this lady dirty. Like, she told her the peace of her mind, and whatever will be, she has told her the truth. Now that's one of the things that even in the church today we experience. We need to be patient with people that are dressing. Some, they don't even have idea about what dressing is. Some don't even pay attention that even Jesus Christ is concerned about how they dress because of the information, or rather the message it can give to the people that are out there or that look at you. Even for the guys, sometimes the hairstyle you do, now it's easy. If you go to Jaws, in Jaws I think you count 1, 2, 3. The third person you are counting in 5, you see them, they have dreadlocks or they plait their hair. And I'll be wondering that, me, or let me not lie to you, I don't think it's judgment, but when I'm in a church and I see you with a guy with dreadlocks and stuff like this, I just get distracted because I'm wondering what's going on, what's this guy thinking in his mind, and stuff like that. So as Christian youth, we need to pay close attention to our dressing, or rather dress code, because we are going to be addressed the way we dress. And then dressing is not about me. So it's not about I like this clothes very well. It's not about what I think in my head alone. What about the other person? Paul says in the Bible that if eating meat will cause my brother to sin, I'd rather not take it. So that's what the attitude that we Christian youth today we should be having pertaining our dressing. So before we wrap it up today, I don't know whether you have any words of advice in regard to dressing to the Christian youth, the ladies and the male. Let me not be gender biased.
I think generally I have a word of encouragement and at the same time advice. Okay. Because they said our body is a temple of God. How will you allow the temple of God to be exposed? It's a question of what you have to worry and ponder about. okay, since they say my body is a temple of God, how will I dress anyhow? How will I open part of my body? You understand? And as a female, you know we are in fact male and female. Since we know we are God creation, you understand? We are from the image of God. You should not terminate the image of God by exposing yourself. Let people to complain. So at least you have to look, check on yourself, see the way you dress, so that even people, before you even dress, just check the way you dress, and before going out, before people even tell you, see how you dress. So if you examine yourself, if you go out, at least you dress better. So I think that's my own.
Thank you. Rejoice.
Well, I think in generally both male and female in aspect of dressing, the advice I have is that whenever you are dressing, because you cannot tell me you do not have mirror at home, or even if you do not have, you have neighbors or siblings, then please judge this dress for me. Do I look okay? Am I presentable? Is still like you can see ask or look at yourself, judge yourself. This thing I'm wearing, if somebody wear it, will I be okay? Or the God I'm portraying, will he be happy with what I'm wearing? Or am I speaking God, or am I preaching the gospel to another person that is looking at me with this my dressing? I think with that on our mindset, it will help in what we wear. And actually, as a Christian, there is no way you are going to say you're a Christian, then you are going to have one certain set of clothes, another side. This one is for church, this one is for party. I don't think it's possible. So as a Christian, we should always be mindful and then check yourself very, very well before you leave the house.
Okay. I would want us to. Okay. I don't want us to take this. I learned somewhere that perfection is not in how much you put on, but not just how much you have to take in, but having enough, as in after taking out, if it still looks okay. So you should not just look at yourself that, okay, is what I'm putting, is it too much? Is it okay? There must be a balance. It shouldn't be too much. It shouldn't be too small. Because when it's too small, there's a problem. When it's too much, there's a problem. So even with jewelry, with shoes, with makeup, with trousers, with shirts, is it too much? Is it too loud? Is it too small? Is it too... There must be a balance. So you should not just say, okay, because this person likes it. And you're not just doing it for people. You're doing it for God first. Your focus, like our theme for this year. If you seek me with all your heart, you will find me. So all your focus should be on God. Is my dressing focused on what God wants or just what I want? And if it's just what you want, then you're wrong. Period.
You want to add?
I think no.
All
I
right.
just want to add to what Rejoice just said, because Rejoice said if you dress, you meet people, and sometimes the person you meet, you should know that the person too, depending on the person, you can't just see some. There are people that if you dress more, they will tell you, how will you dress like this? Why can't you go and change the dress? In fact, it will discourage you. Okay. You understand? You go and dress. So if you want to meet person that we examine your dressing, know the kind of person the person is. You understand? Before you approach the person. If not, the person may mislead you.
Thank you very much. I want us to have a quick recap from last week too. We said that for Christian, your dressing is not about, or rather, it's not about the trending fashion or the things. There was a time that low waist was the household name. Everywhere you go, low waist. In fact, it was a trending thing. There was boot cut, there was FUBU, there were, in fact, mention them many. But for a Christian, it's not about that. You don't have to wear the trending dress. I know you should not wear the trending dress actually, but it's not about that. It's far beyond that. So I want us to take concern about how we dress, how we look. Is this dressing glorifying Jesus? Is it about me? Do I want to show myself that I'm the cool guy, I'm the cool lady in the church, or things like that? It's beyond that. Then also we say that modest people, they dress without drawing unnecessary attention to themselves. That means they keep it simple. We said that modesty is being what? Moderate. You have to be moderate in your dressing. That means, as Peace have said, you don't have to be too little, there will be problem. In fact, if it is too little, man, the wala is too much. And then if it is too much, I think the wala is too much. Yes, and again we said that what? Modesty focuses on what? Inner beauty. which is reflected in our outward appearance. I really want us to ponder over this last point. It's about inner beauty that reflects to our what? Outward appearance. That's mean, even though if today we tell you, for instance, we say, so it's not about saying you wear leg chain or you do not wear leg chain.
We are not judgmental.
Yes, we are not judgmental. Thank you very
Because they
much.
said last week they said me and Otman was judged.
It's not about you.
Yes.
It's not about you.
It's about you.
Continue.
Okay, so it's not about the you, but it is about your inner heart, the inner beauty of the heart. Because if you keep giving rules, people will get overburdened. But once the heart is set right, the dress, in fact, you start questioning some of the things you dress. When you wear leg chain, you say, I don't know why I'm just
Why
calling leg
leg
chain.
It's
He
common.
has
It's
a
common
good
now to
leg chain.
female.
It's not,
You
it's
said,
not that good.
no, I
In
don't.
Lafia, it's not common in Lafia, but it's common.
In Lafia, it's common. It's common.
Continue.
In fact, there was a time I saw a lady with leg chain in the fellowship. Oh my God. God forgive me.
What about guys that wear necklaces?
in
Let's continue,
fact, you know
please.
the one, the
Earrings
most annoying,
for guys.
the most
Earrings.
annoying part, you know the one I hate most.
No.
You
It's
see,
not
person will
about
pierce
you.
his ear, pierce his ear. You now come and pierce the tongues. Imagine.
It's not
All
about
right.
He
you.
knows joy.
Okay, yes,
Imagine. Imagine.
nose jewelry
Too much.
and okay, and then for guys too that wear earring, if you wear earring and come to church, I'll actually meet you personally and tell you that no, don't wear earring. It's not good. You understand?
But the way you
All
approach
right.
the person matters. So.
All right, thank
It
you very
matters.
much for your contributions. I believe that our viewers out there, yeah, they've listened to you. We wish that you comment and tell us what you think about dressing, the matter of heart. You share and you like our page on YouTube, Faith Unfiltered. So we hope that we'll see you next week. And we are going to be talking about another exciting topic. And I want to thank Peace, I want to thank Sam, and I want to thank our special guest, Rejoice, for joining us today. And we hope to see you next time in good spirit and in good faith. Thank you.
When we put the Bible as hard or soft copy, now we're mirroring on its format.
Soft copy Bibles, I think they have a wider view to the Bible in a sense.
Soft copy or hard copy, the content remains the same.
The hard copy Bible is more bulky in a sense of carriage.
Which one is more preferable to attend a service with? Hard or soft?
The elderly person in the Bible will stick to his hard copy.
I think it's based on the purpose for coming. So it's not really like a no, but it's just based on the purpose of which you are using it.
You find God in His words. The words in the soft copy are the same, except it has been tampered with, of course, by way of digitalization or whatever.
For a corporate service, worship experience, I will go with the fact that the hard copy Bible is empty. You feel very close to it. That's the physical touch.
Connection comes from the heart.
The soft copy have a way of helping you to identify the books of the Bible more easily compared to the hard one.
But there was a time there was insecurity issues in Lafia, and I was like, I can come to church, I'm going late, I need hard copy Bible. So that in case anything happens, I'll just show the police that you see I'm coming from church.
You need to answer it. Okay, please just be brief.
God never changes, and we have agreed that it is a matter of format and not content.
You can get 4 versions with less cost than getting 4 versions of hard copies. Yes, 4 Bible, and it's not possible. But what I want to say generally is that it should be used side by side.
I can hold my Bible as an identity. So it's like a form of identity for me. I am a Christian and I am proud of what I believe in and I go around with it.
Carrying the Bible doesn't make you a Christian.
Sure.
Mere carrying the Bible around, people see you with the Bible. That is not what makes you a Christian. It's your salvation that makes you a Christian.
Our devotion actually is not tied to the version or the format of the Bible that we carry.
You shouldn't be ashamed of the Bible. If you want to carry your Bible, carry your Bible. If it's a soft copy you prefer, carry the soft copy.
Faith Unfiltered.